So I overestimated my ability to do all my references in time for Artfight. I mean, I've managed to do 2, which will be in today's video, but I've still got like about 7 more that I haven't done. And it's a mix of because I'm a huge procrastinator and also that the UK heat tried to kill us all. So I basically died. And I mean, I can do some at the beginning of Artfight, but I'm not getting all of them done in time at all. So the 2 that I've done are probably my favourite 2 out of all of my OCs, and they are Soul and Duke. They are both bug OCs that live in the same world and interact with each other. And if any of you know me, you know that I am deathly afraid of bugs. Like, it's one of my biggest phobias. So it's kind of insane that I have bug OCs that are also my favourite OCs. But anyway, so we'll start off with Duke. Now with Duke, I only managed to do 1 reference for him, just like Fiona's in the previous video. Just a headshot. Now, Duke is probably about my 5th OC that I ever made. He was made in 2023. I'm pretty sure he was made as part of a TikTok pause challenge, which is when you like pause it and you get like a random item. And he's probably my most drawn OC. However, rather than same face syndrome, I've got different face syndrome for him. Anyway, so I've drew Duke, and his like key characteristics is he's got pink wings, he wears overalls, has yellow antennas, and has like a light bluish eyelashes, sorry. Over the years, his outfit's changed a bit. As you can see, he used to look like this. But the one thing that has always stuck with Duke is his obsession with sunflowers. He's absolutely obsessed with sunflowers. His whole backstory is about how he was born on a sunflower field on top of a sunflower head. And ever since then, he's been absolutely obsessed, admires, protects them. Any sort of animal that comes to damage it, like let's say a raven came to eat some seeds, he would completely destroy them and beat them up. So he's pretty alone in his field because everyone's so scared of him. Most of the time, because he is a moth, he's just lounging around in the sun, and if he's not doing that, he's like crocheting little animals with spider silk and stuff like that. So he's got this very grumpy personality where he pretty much hates everyone except from the sunflowers. But Duke is probably my most favoured one over the years. He's become kind of like a son to me now. And I know technically all my OCs are my children, but for him, he's just a little bit special. So I'm very pleased with how this headshot turned out for Duke, because I always end up drawing his facial features very soft, when he's supposed to have more angular things to match his aggressive personality. And additionally, I always get his hair wrong. His hair always looks very flat and just not right. So I think the finished piece is exactly what I was envisioning in my head. So unlike Fiona's, where she had little chibis showing her outfits, I've only drawn Duke's wings here because I yapped too much in the text on his reference, and also because you can't see them in the reference. So that's Duke's reference done. So moving on to the next OC, we've got Soul. Now Soul is a worker bee character, and whilst I was making this video, I found out that worker bees are actually supposed to all be females, but I thought it was the other way around. Like, there was a queen bee, and then the worker bees are the ones that go out. But it turns out that's not true. Worker bees are female. But anyway, I've made him now, so we're just going to pretend that he's correct in terms of actual facts. So Soul is a worker bee from a local hive that lives near the sunflower field that Duke resides in. He's got a very cheeky personality. He loves being mischievous and annoying people. So his whole shtick is that he loves to go to Duke's sunflower field and like block Duke's sunlight whilst he's sunbathing, and it really pisses him off. And you might be thinking, well, if Duke just beats up everyone that annoys him, why isn't he beating Soul up? It's because Duke had killed a bee before that had come to the sunflowers, and then because he killed the bees and none of them wanted to come near him, all the sunflowers started dying because they weren't getting pollinated. So he realised that he needs the bees to help the sunflowers grow. So he has to put up with Soul in order for his field to thrive. And it's a win-win for Soul, really, because he gets to annoy Duke, and also he's a huge glutton, so he loves to eat pollen and nectar and stuff like that. So he's winning in life, really. In terms of Soul and his hive, all the worker bees are all variations of Soul. So they might have long hair, short hair, similar outfits, but they essentially all have his face. They're like the clones in iRobot, but with more variations. And Soul doesn't really care too much about his hive. He's a little bit different to the rest of them in terms of he likes going out and exploring. He doesn't necessarily like being in the hive and working for the so-called monarchy in the hive. So unlike Duke, I did a full body reference for Soul, and he's one of my OCs that has a more unusual outfit actually, and I really like his fit because it's not intricate per se, but there's stuff going on, unlike some of my other characters. A lot of my OCs are very just normal OCs. So Soul is a bit of a nuthead, really, because he's young. He hasn't really established fears yet. He doesn't really know what fears are. So he'll see something that is dangerous, but not realise it's dangerous at all, and just fly into it. He always manages to live, so he's extremely lucky in that aspect. And I suppose that's the same with Duke. He's extremely lucky that Duke doesn't absolutely punch his lights out. So I really want to draw some more interaction art between Duke and Soul. I have this one, but I don't really have any other ones, especially in my new style that I've been drawing in. Which is a shame, because I really like their interactions together, like the ones that I've made up in my head. But you can find some more information about them on my Artfight profile, and on their pages they also have a link to their Character Hub page, where they have a little tiny bit more information. And on their pages they have some ideas that I come up with, a bit more about their relationship, etc. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this far along. I might do another prep video for the start of July, but I think the rest of July will just be actually drawing Artfight attacks. And I hope everyone has fun during Artfight.